so grateful. I am so blessed. So before I get started on this talk, I want to acknowledge that we had a beautiful, bright, and vibrant light in this community transition this week. Beautiful, tall gentleman that walked with a walker or cane sometimes. And he, such a keen intellect and such a thoughtful, loving heart. And that was Ron Gregson. And last night, as I finished up my message and made the finishing touches on it, I always email it to myself so I have it on my device. But I email it to Ron as well. So last night when I stopped and emailed the message to myself and started the click to send it also to Ron, I just had that moment of love, overwhelming love, and thankfulness to have known him, to have been able to love him, to have been able to share with him. Because he would sometimes point out some things in my message, and he would wait like a month. And he would say, something you said, and he would quote something I had said like a month ago. And I'm like, oh, wow. He said, I've been thinking about it. And oh, what a beautiful spirit. We are so grateful and we are so blessed. And I want you all to hold Julia and Sybil in your thoughts and in your prayers, offering them strength and comfort. They're right back there in the back. So today, just give them an extra little hug, because we are so grateful. We are so blessed. And we know Ron has gone into his great ongoing and is grateful and blessed that he was here with us as well. So to believe in magic is to live a magical life. A magical life is yours when you co-create your life with God and allow all your good to manifest. That is #living your best life. Yeah, that's my own quote. You know, sometimes I start with Dr. Seuss, but today I just started with my own. So embrace a magical life. Embrace it. Because no next day is promised to us, to our family, to our friends. Embrace it today, in the here and the now. Embrace that magical life. Proclaim it is the best day of my life. Every morning when you wake up, choose that today is going to be the best day of my life. You know, the catchphrase I created for the Gulfport Mind, Body, Spirit Expo is, have a magical metaphysical day. Have a magical metaphysical day. And that's coming up this Saturday. So I hope that everyone who comes out this Saturday to the expo does have a magical metaphysical day. And further still, I hope you all have a magical metaphysical life. Really, I do. I hope you're all living your best life, and you're going, #living my best life. You're just, you know, I know that's a big thing on TikTok and Instagram a couple of years ago, because a couple of the hip-hop singers all at the same time, 3 of them, I believe, had Cardi B, and I don't know all the other names, but they all had songs out at the same time that were about living your best life. So #living your best life became a big thing on social media. So really, I do hope you're living your best life, not just on social media, staging and creating perfect moments to post, to depict your life as idyllic. Yeah, we've seen those, you know. So don't ever compare your day with what somebody else is posting that's not even real. They're staging it, making it look like, yeah. I want you to actually live your best life. Actually, every day. I really want you to experience life in those precious and present and intentional moments. Everyone wants to live the best life. I've never met a single person that said, yep, I want to have a bad life. Yeah, that's my goal. I want to have a bad life. I'm so miserable. I want to have a bad life. I mean, there are people that live life like that, but they don't say it. Every one of us long to be happy, to be blessed, and we all, each and every one of us, want to lead the best life ever. The problem is, people in the world have very different perceptions of what exactly the best life is. Is the best life a life with a lot of money? Is the best life a life filled with lots of vacations and travel all around the globe? Is popularity and fame the marker for a best life? Or is a best life a simple life, filled with love, quiet and peaceful enjoyment of the people around you, of the places you are, of the things you have? In the Bible, in the book of Peter, and I'm paraphrasing, whoever would love life and see good days must seek peace and pursue it. Must seek peace and pursue it in order to have good days and a happy life. The best life is a question of attitude, not possessions. Are you seeking a peaceful life? Or are you seeking how many things you can accumulate before the day you transition? Because you can't take it with you. You're not gonna. Is our society seeking and honoring a peaceful life? Or is it, what can we gather in? What can we bring in? Last week I shared with you about uncluttering your mind. And I talked about a cluttered mind kind of feels like that oubliette in the movie The Labyrinth, where everything starts caving in, the walls start caving in, and you find you're in the middle of a trash pile. And then as you climb out, everything comes down and it's just folding in upon you. Let it be a great unfoldment, not a great enfoldment. And one of our community members messaged me early in the week and said, "Oh, Reverend Kim, that movie that you referenced on Sunday, it's playing this week at Giggle Waters." And I said, "What's Giggle Waters?" And she said, "It's a place where you can go watch a movie and eat." And she said, "I'd love for you to come see that movie with me." And I said, "I'd love to." And then it turned out to be on a Saturday night. Well, I'm a stay-at-home on Saturday person. I stay at home on Saturday, spend my day in meditation, spend my day preparing for Sunday. But I went out last night to Giggle Waters and watched The Labyrinth. So, woo, yeah. What a great time that was. And what a beautiful time to be able to spend. And I said, yeah, that right there, that is what I was talking about on Sunday, about the uncluttering your mind and not letting all that stuff cave in on you. And last week I said, in today's world, 24/7 news, it may be hard, if not impractical, to say, I won't watch the news. I won't listen to the news. But I encourage you to please commit to yourself, to be intentional about what news and information you consume, as well as being mindful about what you allow to stay in. We may not have control over what is broadcast, yet we have 100% control of what we let be noise and what we intentionally allow to stay with us. Whether it's social media or any other technology, use it and not be used by it. Let me say that again. When it comes to the news and social media, use it. Don't be used by it. Because we're drowning in information. Inundated by information that's available to us 24/7. In this present age, available to us via the internet, AI, available to us on all of our techno tools, gadgets, and devices. We really are living in the age of information. You know, in 1945, the experts said that it took 25 years for knowledge to double. So all the knowledge that was available in the world, it would take 25 years for that knowledge to double. In 1996, a book was written called The Age of Information. And in that book, it said that now, in 1996, it took 6 to 10 years for knowledge to double. Today, in 2024, what do you think it is? How long does it take for information to double? Well, the experts, those experts on the internet, say the amount of information we have at our fingertips doubles every 12 hours. Every 12 hours. So we are exponentially increasing the information. We really are living in the age of information, and we quite literally are drowning in information, and yet we are starving for wisdom. Information at our fingertips. You can Google whatever topic you want to Google. You know, when I do classes now on crystals, I used to bring in a whole library of books that I have had for years on crystals and let people thumb through them and look at them. Now I bring them and I just display them over here. I don't pass them around because I say, here you have your phone, Google. You can Google any crystal you want, the uses, the metaphysical properties. You can Google what it means for different, what they say, the experts say this crystal is good for. So I said, but truly, all that information is right there at your fingertips, but trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. What crystal feels good to you? What crystal resonates with you? Because even with all that electronic information available to us, our human energy is the best. It is the best way to decide what's good for us. It's the best way to determine what is wise for us to take in. So what can we do to make a difference in the quality of our lives in this age of information? To actually live our best life, really. What can we do? Change your thoughts, change your world. Change the things you think about, and the things you think about will change. Be the change you want to see in the world. Those quotes are attributed to so many people that it's hard to tell who actually said it first. You can go back on the dates and when. But Ernest Holmes said it. Wayne Dyer said it. Gandhi said it. And so many wonderful spiritual teachers have given us these words and these teachings centered around change. Our Creator God has given us an ability, a gift of free will and free thought and intuition, so that we can change our thoughts. And yes, we can change our world. First, we must be willing to welcome change. We must be willing to embrace change. Whether you perceive it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not, everything is constantly changing. The environment, the weather, the economy, technology, society, culture, your friends and family, your body. Yeah. Everything is constantly changing. All the time. Some we have control over and some we don't. And the better equipped you are to set your mind to embrace change, the easier it will be for you to live your best life. However we view it, exciting or scary. Because for some people, change is exciting. It's, oh my gosh, change is happening in my life. And for some people, it's scary. Change is happening in my life. What am I going to do? Whatever am I going to do? Because people get so wrapped up in what has been. Even if it's not good for you. They're comfortable with it because it's what they know. They're comfortable with it because it's what has been. But however you view it, scary or exciting, we all have to face it. Change is the very nature of life, and change is constant, and there is no control. There is no control. Control is an illusion. It's a very popular saying that change is the only constant in life. It means that in life, in relationships, both in the workplace and in our personal life, everything is all about change, constantly in flux, constantly moving, changing. When we went to Alaska and we saw the northern lights, I'd seen pictures of them and I thought, oh, how beautiful to look up and see all that color in the sky. But what was the most impressive, the most beautiful thing about it, the most amazing feeling that you had standing there, it wasn't color in the sky. It was energy visible, moving all around you. It was moving. It was shifting. It was going like this, and then it was going like this, and then it was going like this. It was moving constantly. Colors changing. It was energy. And it wasn't just in the sky. You could feel it all around you. That was the most amazing thing. To see that, oh, this is so amazing. It was like the greatest lesson in energy is everything. Energy is everything. And everything is energy. The key to growth and success is adapting and embracing the change. Embracing change. That's sometimes a challenge. It's sometimes a challenge to embrace change. Some of us make it our life's work to stay stuck in the muck, to stay stuck in what we know or what we have, whether it's good for us or not. Change is constant in the world. Change is constant in our life. Change is automatic. Nothing is required of you. You don't have to intentionally do anything, and yet change will happen. Progress, though. Progress is not automatic. For that change that is going to happen, because it's going to happen, for that change that's going to happen, to bring progress for you, takes some action on your part. It takes some thought by you. Creating positive change is progress. And that progress is what creates success. Of course, we all face difficulties along the way. And you know what? There is a saying attributed to no one in particular. But in my life, I attribute it to my grandmother, my mama. The saying originates from the scripture in 1 Corinthians. If God brings you to it, God will bring you through it. Or as my grandmother said, God won't put more on you than you can bear, honey. God won't put more on you than you can bear. God brings you to it, God will bring you through it. I know for certain that you can deal with any difficulty today if you have a compelling tomorrow. If you have a compelling tomorrow, you can get through any difficulty right here and right now. If you have a goal that promises a compelling tomorrow, you can get through whatever it is you need to get through. Whatever's going on. Yes, you can deal with it. I promise. And yes, you will gain resiliency. And yes, you will come out on the other side. Your track record for surviving difficulties is 100%. Oh, yes, it is. Don't be saying, oh, you just don't know. Because you're here. You got through it. You came through it no matter how impossible, no matter how improbable you thought it was. You got through it, and here you are. Success. Eureka. In my personal experience, I can share with you, in my life, that thing was Marine Corps boot camp for me. I was a young 20-year-old girl, shy. I was so shy. I mean, I was that girl in school, in high school, that went down the hallway carrying... Now, I went to school before the days of backpacks. Anybody relate with that? We did. We had a locker, and we put all our books on it, but most of my classes were on this end of school, and my locker was on that end of school. So I had to carry most of my books for the day with me because I didn't have time between classes to run back to take the book from this class and get the book from the next class. So I had a stack of books that I carried with me most of the days, and I carried them just like this. But here's me. I'm carrying my books, and I'm looking a foot ahead of my feet because I didn't want to make eye contact with anybody in the hall because I was afraid they might speak to me. I was that shy. That's how shy I was in school. So then I was an athlete, so I was a lot of times on the morning announcements. We had a swim meet, and Harrell won the backstroke. Harrell was on the medley relay. Harrell was on the freestyle relay. So I hear my name a lot. People heard my name, and people knew I was that tall, skinny girl. I was that tall, skinny girl. Because, when I was a sophomore in high school, I was like 5'9", growing. But I was only 90 pounds. Yeah, I was that tall, skinny girl that was so shy. The only people I ever actually spoke to in school were my teachers occasionally and the kids on the swim team or the kids on the track team and my coaches because I was just so shy. So here I go to Marine Corps boot camp. And, in my mind, I'm a leader. In my mind, I'm a winner, and you can't be shy and be a leader of Marines. No. So I knew in that first week that I've got to change. I had to change. With intention and consciousness, I had to change who I am at my core in order to thrive here. I could have survived Marine Corps boot camp, being a shy girl in the back of the squad. But no, I wanted to thrive. I wanted to be the best Marine I could be. So within the first couple of weeks of boot camp, I was made squad leader. And then, so the squad leader marches at the front. You got 4 columns, 4 squads. In a platoon, the squad leader marches up front and is responsible for everybody behind you. All the fire teams, you're responsible for everybody behind you as the squad leader. So if anybody in my squad gets in trouble, I'm in trouble. And for guys in boot camp, it's push-ups. Drop and give me 20. Drop and give me 20. For somebody messes up, drop and give me 20. But not just that person and their squad leader. Because you are responsible. And I wanted to be responsible. I wanted to lead. For girls and women, it was mountain climbers. You know what mountain climbers were? We had to do mountain climbers. You kind of get down in a push-up position, but then you had the knees to your chin, and you're mountain climbing. So for drop and give me 20, that was 20 mountain climbers for everybody in my squad. So anytime any of them got in trouble, it was me also. But then before the next week happened, I became the guide. So the guide's the one that marches all the way up front and carries the flag. And the guide is the leader not only of the squad, but of the whole platoon. So now I said, what have I gotten myself into? Now I'm the guide. So that means I'm responsible for anybody gets in trouble. I'm up there doing mountain climbers with them. So, I had to change who I was at my core and become a leader of Marines. And I graduated as the guide. And I graduated wearing my dress blues as the honor graduate of my platoon. Only one gets to do that because that was what I wanted. That was my goal. That's who I knew I was. That's who I knew I was. But the little shy girl that came to boot camp would not have been able to do that. I had to change, and I had to embrace that change and be that change and stand up and be who I knew I was. And then I had to learn to lead quickly to keep from doing mountain climbers every day. Because I wanted to lead them in a positive direction and teach them, you ain't messing up on my watch. Because I'm not doing mountain climbers all day long. So, Yeah. So we didn't do a lot of mountain climbers because I learned to live my best life in Marine Corps boot camp and graduated with honors as an honor grad. So know that you can always use your mind, not let your mind use you. No worrying, no doubting, no getting down on yourself. Thriving, living in gratitude, and appreciating the blessings of life. Living your best life. Becoming clear on what it is you want. Clear what it is to live your best life. You open your being to align with God. You find magic. You find the magic begins to happen in your life. Goals are reached, success comes easy, abundance flows to you, and your life flows with ease and grace. Living your best life. It's not about external success alone, but also about inner fulfillment and alignment with one's true self. Are you living your best life? If you sank a little lower in your chair instead of sitting up on the edge and saying, yeah, I am. If you sank a little lower in your chair just then, I want you to say, what are you resisting? What are you blocking? Why are you not allowing your life to be the best? Because it's your choice and it's your life and only you can live it. No matter how much other people love you, admire you, appreciate you, they can't step into your body and do it for you. It's for you to do. Your energy is the single most important factor in your state of being. If your energy is high, if your frequency and your vibrations are high, well, then you're walking on air. You're breathing that rare air of success. And everything comes easy. When you are vibrating high, everything comes easy. If your energy is low, if your frequency and your vibration is low, well, then you're in a low state of being, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Energy is everything. Energy is everything, and everything is energy. And you can make the choice every day to change your energy. You choose. You can wake up in the morning and say, I'm tired. I can't move. Because we're getting to that age. You know? I can't move. I don't want to adult today. I don't want to. Let me just lay here. Or you can wake up in the morning and put yourself in a high energy state. You can wake up like Tony Robbins is standing right there saying, come on now, come on. Get that energy pumped up, pump that energy up. You can dance like no one is watching. You can shake your body, move it all about, even do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. That'll raise your vibration. It'll raise your energy. You can sing in the shower like no one is listening. I do. I can't sing a lick, but I can sing in the shower. Yes, I can. And I usually sing the morning song. That's usually what I sing in the shower. And you can borrow my morning affirmation. I give thanks and full appreciation that I am awake, aware, and alive. I surrender my life to a presence that is never absent and invite strength and courage to joyfully do what is mine to do today. That is my morning affirmation. So you can borrow it. I'll email it to you if you'd like. I'll put it on our Facebook page. Energy is a habit. You can actually change your biochemistry by raising your energy. Just ask Dr. Debbie. She's the expert on that. You can change your biochemistry by changing your energy, by raising your vibration, by lifting up your energy. You can change your patterns of thinking, change your patterns of feeling, and change your state of being by raising your energy. Make it a habit and you will change your life. And before you know it, you are living your best life. Yeah. So are you living your best life? Or are you living your life by default? Good example. I know some of you ended up at the casino this morning, even though you knew we were having service here. But you got on autopilot, and you ended up at the casino and went, oh, that's right. We're going over to the theater today. And here you came right back. That's living by default. That's getting on autopilot, not living with intention, living it in every moment. The blue screen constantly showing loading and the circle spinning. You know? Is that how you feel about your life sometimes? You aren't getting anywhere and you need a reboot? Unplug it, power it down, power it back up. I need you to understand you are not here to live by default, to be spinning your wheels. You are here to live. You are here to live a magical, metaphysical life that is your best life. And you do that by co-creating this life with God as your source. As you live your best life, you will create a ripple effect of living your best life. And that ripple will affect your community. That ripple will affect the people sitting around you. That ripple will affect the people that are out having breakfast at Stella's. That ripple will affect the world as it keeps going further and further and further out. The more consistently you create that habit of living in a high vibration, of living in a high frequency, of living in high energy, the further that ripple will go. There are endless opportunities and endless possibilities for you when you co-create with God. For we are all pure potentiality. And as we live our best life, we create that ripple effect. More people will begin to also live their best life because they are watching your lived example. People are always watching us, even when we don't know it. When we do those random acts of kindness, they impact someone's life. Not just their day, but their entire life. When we encounter someone, the energy you are radiating out to the world may change someone's life. It may help them decide that it's a good day to remain in this world. Be that energy. Be that energy. Let that be your ripple. Let that be your ripple effect. Because people are going around you are going to begin living their best life. It's the way life is. The more you experience your true nature, living in the joy of your energy, the closer you get to that pure potentiality that is ours when we co-create a magical life with God. Where are you in your life journey? I want you to hold up your left hand. This is the marker. This is where I was yesterday. This is where I was yesterday. This is my past. This is when I went to Marine Corps boot camp. This is when I was an athlete competing. This is when I was a new mom. Now I'm a grandmother. This is my past. Now hold up your right hand. This is where I'm going to be tomorrow. This is what's going to happen tomorrow and all the days that follow. What's in between? In between is the present. In between is the right here and the right now. Master Ugwe said, well, if you have children or you're a grandparent, Master Ugwe said it. If not, it's actually an ancient Chinese proverb. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is the present. It's a gift. And that's why we call it the present. What are you doing with your present? What are you doing with the present that is that wonderful gift of life that is yours to decide every day what you're doing. Are you living your best life? Is it the best day of your life today? Yes, it is. And if not, what can you change right here and right now to be living your best life? To change today to the best day of your life? Will you make the choice in the morning to wake up in high vibration, in high energy? Or will you wake up and just decide, I can't move? Wake up and raise your energy. Use your challenge. Use the challenge of your mindset. Use every challenge that comes to you as a lesson. Change your mindset. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. We all experience challenges and loss in life. Experience it. Feel it. Embrace it. Go through it with Goddess, and Goddess will bring you through it. Live your life fully. Live through the loss, through the grief, through the gossip, and be stronger for it. You win when you learn from your losses, when you find the lesson within the challenge. Come through it with your heart wide open, and don't let anyone shut your heart down. Keep it beating in rhythm and harmony through your breath. When you co-create with God, co-create with Goddess, all that comes to you is your good. Use it to step forward wiser, step forward braver. Use it to dance like no one's watching. Use it like I did to march off that parade deck in my dress blues as a United States Marine. So proud to have my older brother Steve, who became a Marine before me during the Vietnam War, meet me at the edge of that parade deck and say, "Well done, Marine." Semper Fi, living my best life. May each of you embrace the power within yourselves to live your best life. Remember, it's not just a slogan. It's not just a catchphrase. It's a conscious choice to unleash your potential and create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Living your best life. Really do a magical, metaphysical life. And I want to see you dancing. Hashtag living my best life. Hashtag living my best life, Reverend Kimberley. I want when I come up and see you, hashtag living my best life. And I want to see that on all your posts. When I see your posts on social media, I want to see hashtag living my best life. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm still up here. Thank you. So we'll ask a board member. I think it's Colleen. I think that Colleen's the board member of the day. Because Bill Klett, who is usually our coffee guy, if y'all noticed, we had Joe in a box from Dunkin' Donuts, thanks to Colleen and Rain. And Rain had to make a trip back because they didn't put coffee stirrers in there. And who can have their coffee with no coffee stirrer? I can't. But thank you so much for taking care of the coffee. Because listen at how much Bill Klett is living his best life. The Super Bowl playoffs and the Super Bowl, Bill meets with his buddies that he's had since kindergarten. Since kindergarten. They play golf together. They do football together. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that living your best life? It is. So we are so thankful and so grateful for Bill. And Bill, Thomas, and Derek, we have to give a shout out to you out in the world of live stream. Derek has COVID. So Derek, we are all sending you great, good energy. And Bill didn't want to come today to expose anybody that he's been exposed to. So thank you all so much for all that you do for our community. And thank you for being with us. And Ron and Maria, we're sending out that energy to you. And as we radiate that energy out, we are so grateful and so thankful for your support of this community. And when I say that, I mean your financial support. We could not do it without you. Because we don't have our own church building. We we rent space in the casino and we rent space here. And we're only here a couple times a year when they have regular things that the city does that displace us from our rental in the casino. Other than that, we're there every Sunday. But we love this space, don't we? Isn't it beautiful? It's lovely space. It's not cold. And it's lovely. And just FYI, the air conditioner has been fixed over at the casino, so we shouldn't have any more frostbitten mornings there. We should be good to go. But we thank you so much for your financial support. Know that if you're online, if you're joining us online via live stream, and I have to say hi, shout out to Maria. She sent me a message last week in Brazil. She's with us every Sunday from Brazil, so we are international, and we have some other people that watch us internationally. Hi back to Leslie. She's back up in the great frozen tundra up north in New Hampshire. So we know that she and Mark are loving their time up there with Riker, their little grandson. But thank you so much for the financial support you give this community. In the donation box, in your tithes and offerings that you set up as recurring giving. We love that. It's so beautiful. You've got money. You know, you've got a donation. I get that email. You've got a donation. I love those. Keep them coming. Yes, because it allows us to do this ministry. It allows us to be here. It allows us to go out into the greater community with our backpacks of love and hope, with our Sunday, with our brunches that we do every first Sunday. And next week it's a Hawaiian luau. I'm going to talk about that a little later. But yeah, so thank you all so much. So let's just give love and blessings to our offering. And Bex and our greeters are going to come around with the small boxes while Valerie sings. And Colleen has the big box up here. So as we freely give, we know that we freely receive. The abundance of God is my infinite source. I now open my heart and my mind to give and to receive all God's good, all God's prosperity, all God's abundance. As God is our source, all things are possible, and so it is. So it is. Thank you so much. And Valerie has a surprise song for us, so I love it. It's one of my